Hey everyone, welcome to Anyone Can Do It Tech. Actually, the first episode of Anyone Can Do It Tech, where we review tech products and computer software and hardware. So what makes us different than the multitude of other YouTube review series? Well, here we focus on the philosophy of anyone can do it. Anyone can find their own mouse or keyboard, or even build their own computer, which may seem to be a very intimidating or maybe even impossible task for many people. However, we believe that anyone can do it, and anyone can become familiar, comfortable, and somewhat of an expert on computer hardware and accessories. However, today we won't be building a computer. We're going to be looking at this mouse. Now, some of you may already know what this mouse is. It's a G500, Logitech's mid-range gaming and programmable mouse. Now, I don't want to just say it's a gaming mouse, because it can be used for many other things. If you use a computer regularly, you're going to want to invest in a good mouse, not just the cheap mouse that came with your computer. This is an optical mouse, like many others, with a red light at the bottom. However, this does not have a red light. This has, if you can see it, does not have a red light. You can't actually see the light. This is plugged into a computer though, so it is powered. This actually uses a laser, that's outside of the visible spectrum, which allows the mouse to have high accuracy on any surface. Also on the bottom, as you can see, says G500. For Logitech's products, both keyboards and mice, the G usually stands for gaming. However, don't be put off just because it's gaming hardware. Usually gaming hardware has a very good build quality due to it needing to be highly reliable and highly durable, especially for games. However, like I said, this mouse and most gaming hardware can be used for just about any heavy computer user. It's very important to keep in mind. Now you'll also see under here this eject button. That pops out. This little tray. This little tray can hold weights that actually come with the mouse. They come in 1.7 grams and 4.5 grams. These are the 4.5 grams, these are the 1.7 grams. And you can put up to 6 of them in this little tray, customizing exactly how heavy you want the mouse to be for your particular taste. Personally, I don't usually put any weights in. However, it's a nice feature to have, although it has received some complaints from a variety of users that it doesn't work very well, and it's mostly a non-feature. However, I don't use it, but it is a nice option to have. It plugs straight into the bottom of the mouse. Going back to the top of the mouse looks slightly faded here, here, and here, which is actually not the texture rubbing off. That's actually how it came, which is important to know. If you look at the form of the mouse, it looks like your pretty normal mouse, slightly taller, along with this piece of plastic right here that comes out. That is for your thumb in the mouse. It prevents your thumb from rubbing on your desk or mouse pad while you're using the mouse, which is a pretty nice feature to have, especially if you use a computer for many hours a day. Now, let's look at the buttons. Both the left and right mouse button are responsive and pretty clicky. I've never had a problem with either of those. Looking on the top, again, is you'll see the traditional wheel. Just about every mouse nowadays has a wheel. This wheel has both a clicky mode, and if you press this button, it will spin freely without stopping every time it rotates, which is very useful if you're scrolling through a long document, long web page, or in the clicky one. Clicky mode is especially useful for if you need precision, whether you're playing a game or slowly scrolling through a document or web page. Okay, on the side here, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra buttons. Now, this may confuse some people who haven't used a programmable mouse before. However, these buttons right here are very useful, and you'll probably find yourself using these buttons every day if you have any sort of programmable or advanced mouse. This button right here is commonly a back button and a forward button, and this one a forward button for your web browser. It's very convenient to just be able to press back with your thumb. And this button with the red square on it can be customized using the included software that comes with the mouse to just about anything you want. I personally have it set to be the play pause button for my music, which is very convenient. Up here, these two buttons control these lights. And you can have more than 3. I just only have 3 settings. These controls what's called the DPI. DPI stands for dots per inch, and it's basically how sensitive the mouse is to movement. A higher DPI will mean the mouse moves across the screen much faster than a lower DPI. The DPI on this mouse can range between 200 and 5,700. which can be very useful depending on how fast you want your mouse to move, and under certain circumstances if you want your mouse to move faster or slower. And that, of course, can be customized with the software included. I have to say about the software, though, it could be a little easier to use. The interface can be slightly confusing for someone who isn't familiar with that, but all in all, it will get the job done pretty easily. Another criticism of this mouse is the scroll wheel, while it's in its clicky mode, is not nearly as clicky as it was when I first got it. Also, sometimes if you're moving the scroll wheel side to side to scroll quickly one way or the other, it can sometimes click the left mouse button, which can end up being a problem. However, that does not usually happen, and usually happens if you're also pressing down. All in all, this is a very durable, good mouse. I've had it for about 8 months. Although I don't use it for extremely heavy gaming, I use it for several hours just about every day. It retails on Amazon for $57.99 and comes highly recommended for both a regular mouse for everyday use and a gaming mouse. So thanks for watching. If you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, feedback, or any ideas for future topics or products to review, leave them as a comment below, and we hope to see you next time on Anyone Can Do It Tech.